Hey, you just turned into the Spirit Ninjas Spiritual as F*** podcast. The show that aims to inspire, uplift, and questions everything. And now your hosts, Bart Rygal and Holly Emmerson.
Episode 000. Welcome, guys. This is exciting. This is the very first
introduction, really.
To us. So we want to say welcome.
And hello, and we're happy that you stopped by. And I guess we wanted to tell you briefly about who we are and why we're doing this, what the podcast is all about, and also what you can expect.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so Bart.
So, first of all, this is the Spirit Ninjas Spiritual as Fuck podcast.
And why is it called Spiritual as Fuck?
Well, because we wanted to talk about this spirituality thing. You know, we want to potentially interview some people. We want to talk about, all sorts of different spiritual matters, from like the weird stuff to religious stuff to
aliens
maybe.
Law of attraction, manifestation on all different levels, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, both Holly and I have been on this journey for quite a while. I mean, I started studying this stuff when I was in my early 20s.
Yeah, and before you get into your story, I just want to say we wanted to call it Spiritual as Fuck podcast because we want to talk about all these things, and a lot of people talk about them, but we find it's kind of presented in a stuffy sort of way, and we really want to make this fun. We want to make this down to earth. We want to make this kind of something for the everyday, normal person. We're probably going to have some wine every now and then because you can be spiritual and have wine, and we're just going to have fun.
Totally. Totally. So it's going to be fun, guys. So we appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah. So Bart, sorry, you were telling us about yourself.
Well, the reason why we wanted to start this was because both Holly and I have been on this journey for quite a while. I started studying this stuff in my early 20s. I'm not going to tell my entire story because that's in episode 1. But I just wanted to say that I was really kind of like a closet spiritual junkie person because I didn't really have anyone to talk to about this. Growing up, like I was just trying to fit in. And I mean, nobody talks about this stuff really. No. Not when you're growing up. Definitely not in high school and even after. And then even after, I didn't really have any friends that were really deep into this stuff, or if they were, maybe they were closet spirit people as well. So we wanted to have this where we can have an open forum to have these kinds of discussions, both amongst each other, with other people, have you listeners tune in and maybe comment, and we can have this open dialogue.
Yeah, we're building a tribe, so we'd love to, like Bart said, have an open dialogue with you. So comment, connect with us. We'd love to hear from you.
100%.
And I go through my story as well in episode 1. But I guess briefly, I started my spiritual journey when I was, probably when I was a kid, but really when I was about 19. I started doing T. Harv Eker, reading Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, and I know you're probably thinking, well, aren't you 19 now? Because I still look really young, but I'm actually not. It's been like, how many years? It's like almost 20 years. I've been doing this for almost 20 years, so you can figure that out from if I started when I was 19. And I've done lots of retreats. I've done work with various spiritual teachers, and for most of my 20s, I had a lot of this so-called spiritual knowledge, this law of attraction knowledge, manifestation, how to create the life you want kind of knowledge. But for my entire 20s, I basically failed at it, for numerous different reasons. And it wasn't until my early 30s that I really started to discover the keys behind manifestation and how to make it actually work in my life, and using the law of attraction for creating the life that I want. And so
that brings us to today.
That brings us to here, and that's why Bart and I have created Spirit Ninjas. I'm originally from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Bart was born in Poland. and moved to London, Ontario. And we met in Vancouver. I've been living in Vancouver for the last 8 years. And then Bart, you moved there about 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
It was actually probably 5 years ago to like the day.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when we met. And it was just time now for us to do this. So we had a condo. We sold our condo and sold all of our possessions to basically do this for you. This is all we're doing. Spirit Ninjas is our full-time thing. And so,
totally.
yeah, we're here to uplift the world. We want to help people connect closer to, what they truly want in life. So everybody can live the life that they dream of.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be hard. Mm-hmm. Right now the world is going through so many shifts, and we see it on so many different levels in every single way. And there's a lot of people that unfortunately are going through a lot of turmoil, and it's not fun.
Turmoil and suffering.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't have to be that way. Like, in fact, if you learn certain things, if you learn some principles, you actually receive guidance from whatever you want to call it, from your higher self, from your soul, from God, whatever you want to say. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really matter. Insert word here.
Yeah.
And you can basically just follow a path that's way easier. Mm-hmm. And you can smile more, you can have more joy, you can have more laughter, you can have more fun. And it really doesn't have to be hard. Both Holly and I have been through the ringer ourselves, and then we started actually using this stuff and really taking it to heart, and everything changed.
Yeah, and to be clear too, we're not of a certain religion or faith. We really want to connect with everybody. We believe that everybody ultimately, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all part of the human race. We all have souls, and we all just want to be happy. We want love and joy in our life and fulfillment. And so it doesn't matter what your background is. Mm-hmm. This is for everybody. This is, we're sharing our experience. You guys out there are going to have your own. We're not here to tell you what is the right path, what is the wrong path. We're merely just sharing our experience from our lens and what's worked for us. And we do believe it can work for you too, but ultimately you would be the judge of that. So just to be clear, we're not telling you we know what we're doing, because we're still human and we're figuring it all out too, and we're just sharing in this journey together. So
big time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's pretty much it for episode 000.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you guys so much for being here, listening, tuning in. Check us out at spiritninjas.com. Mm-hmm. Leave us any comments below and rate the podcast as you listen to it in iTunes.
Yes.
Boom.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Spirit Ninjas Spiritual as Fuck podcast. Make sure to tune in next time for more deep conversations to uplift, inspire, and blow your mind. Spiritual as fuck.